want to begin first and foremost by thanking the Gross family for all that you do. The Heitman family for all that you do. Project Jinspire staff and everyone that made this a reality. These are a few moments that we don't really have all year, so we got to cherish them. Especially in light of what we just found out that took place to our brothers and sisters across this country. You know, we spoke a little bit about the transition from the world. When I stood up here just what seemed like a year ago, but it was just 25 hours ago. We spoke about the schema, about life, and how spirituality is right in front of us. We just need to see it. And it's hard to see it when you go through your life. It's hard to see it when you're running. You do, and it gets to you. My family, my accomplishments, my money, me. Greatest block to our awesomeness is me. But Shabbos comes in and God says, there's more than me. You just gotta look a little deeper. So you come in and there's an amazing thing, because when you walk into Shabbos, we light candles. And for many of us that were here, especially for this side of the room, you went outside, everyone lit candles, and the candles that you lit were individual. You can light 100 candles, if you have 100 kids, but that's a whole other story. You need a lot more than candles if you have 100 kids. But for each kid, you light a separate candle. You know why? Because fire is the most spiritual property we have in this world. It's anti-gravity, literally. It almost looks like it's trying to reach back to heaven. When you want to remember someone who passes away, what do? You light up. The concept of fire feels like it doesn't belong in this world. If it wasn't attached to a wick, it wouldn't stay. Just like our soul. If it wasn't attached to a body, it wouldn't stay. So God says, you're coming into the most spiritual day. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to actually light the property that is the most spiritual. And we come in each and every Shabbos and you take each candle for each person and you light that, because what you're trying to say is that now we're about to enter into spirituality. But here's what happens. You see, when you tap into spirituality, what you realize is that me and you are not very different. When I move past we and go to we, when I understand what unity is, I realize that the person next to me is just like me. When I'm after, she's after. You're really just my brother. The truth is, this unity is so much better than me being alone. When you really exist in spirituality, you realize that we feel so much better than me. If you do Shabbos properly, you know what happens? You take all the separate candles, and you know what it makes? A Havdalah candle. You see, a Shabbos candle is a separate wick. And a Havdalah candle needs to be multiple wicks. The Havdalah candle needs to have a lot of wicks, because Hashem is telling us, if you did this right, you're all going to be one flame. But you know what's so beautiful about the Havdalah candle? That the light is so much greater than any one Shabbos candle. Because that's Shabbos. Shabbos is our ability to go from my one little wick to a massive Havdalah candle. That was this Shabbos. But that's every Shabbos. That's who we are, and that's who we're meant to be. And so as we let Shabbos go this time, with this wick and this candle, hopefully we'll never forget that the true expression of myself is when I'm together with you. And every week afterwards, no matter what I keep and how I keep it, we'll never forget that when I'm close to my family and my people, only when I am connected to my family and people does my own flame burn bright.